Welcome to Human versus AI. With AI making news every day, taking over manual labour and doling out diagnoses with more precision than doctors, machines are already stiff competition for man. Soon, we are told, they will have consciousness, humour and emotion up their steel-clad sleeve. Written by me, Michael Parker, a fallible human without AI augmentation, but with the help of robotics engineering student Delilah Haig, Human versus AI explores in essay form the human traits we thought were ours alone. In this episode, we look at wisdom. King Solomon reputedly was the wisest ruler that ever lived. He was blessed by God with understanding and discernment. He ruled wisely and was even seen as taxing his people fairly, surely a first. His famous sword, which proclaimed judgment over which of two women claiming the same infant was truthful, we now see as empathy, a recognized attribute of the wise. In later life, alas, wisdom deserted him as lust asserted itself. Satisfying 700 wives, not to say 300 concubines, left little energy for wisdom. As his power grew, so did his greed. With ever higher taxes and a disillusioned people, his kingdom fell apart with his death. His wisdom had deserted him. 500 years later, he might have listened to three people, citizens of Athens, regarded as among the wisest men in history, the fathers of philosophia, lovers of wisdom. Socrates, his student Plato, and Aristotle, in turn, Plato's student. Socrates, deemed the wisest of these remarkable Greeks by the oracle, said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." Aristotle, more practical perhaps, was at the same time defining wisdom as understanding why things are a certain way. He said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." Kant, what do we know, believed we could only have knowledge of things that are possible to experience. For him, the often mysterious workings of AI would have raised concern. Voltaire in the 1700s was already worrying about the sheer volume of knowledge available, knowledge that clouded rather than enlightened wisdom. Philosophy is still studied, of course, but increasingly wisdom is the domain of the psychologist, leading to a range of definitions. Wisdom is the quality or state of being wise. It is good judgment and advice in difficult and uncertain matters of life. Einstein put it best: wisdom is not a product of schooling, but the lifelong attempt to acquire it. It is tied more closely to innate personality traits than to intelligence. It's the ability to think and act with prudence, humility, insight, and common sense. And as Coleridge reminds us, common sense in an uncommon degree is what the world calls wisdom. So far, there has been little success in attributing to AI these personal traits, but developers are exploring some of the other attributes called for in making wise decisions. Skills such as the ability to accept the inevitability of doubt and uncertainty, to learn from experience, and to think and to use knowledge in the right way. AI is moving forward in all these areas, most conspicuously around knowledge and big data. Today, the internet holds more human knowledge residing in cyberspace and more information far beyond the wildest imaginations of the wise Socrates. In his time, knowledge was hard to find and wisdom was in the ascendancy. Things have changed. As Jonas Salk, developer of the first polio vaccine, said, "At one time we had wisdom but little knowledge. Now we have a great deal of knowledge but do we have enough wisdom to deal with that knowledge? AI can assimilate and assess all and any relevant knowledge on any subject, and the rapid feedback of this enables humans to take far-reaching decisions in a far shorter time. Whether they're good decisions will depend on the balance or bias of the AI source data and, of course, the human qualities of the decision takers. In the hands of dedicated scientists, the accelerated COVID vaccine development program was a wise decision, a tribute to human wisdom and a belief in science. Compare this with the decision-taking on how to manage the pandemic. AI-enhanced graphs and pie charts on our screens and newspapers every day, dedicated scientists baffling us with their AI-informed statistics, the now inevitable fake news merchants sowing confusion. All in all, too much information, too little wisdom perhaps. What AI can do with its ability to connect people instantly with essential knowledge is to assist well-intentioned humans to collaborate where collective wisdom is the goal. A goal for such things as human well-being and health, climate change and sustainability. As Aristotle said, many unremarkable men often make better collective judgments than great individuals. Regrettably, AI is already assisting without judgment less righteous people who may not share these goals. People who, like King Solomon exchanging wisdom for lust, will harness their AI-augmented power and knowledge to control a nation. China is leading the way. Or to pursue selfish corporate goals with little regard for the risks surrounding the future of AI. This future of AI encompasses the arrival of super or general artificial intelligence and the moment of singularity which, as Ray Kurzweil has said, will multiply our effective intelligence 1 billion-fold. Knowledge will be boundless. It's also a moment when, says Elon Musk, AI could wipe out humanity without thinking about it. When this future becomes real, it will challenge the best combination of human and general artificial intelligence to steer a wise course for humanity. Of course, we can't predict that AI will see us as a wise choice. The words of Charles Dickens come to mind. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. Thanks for listening. In all, there are 14 episodes available, each covering a human trait now being usurped by AI. Human versus AI. How will it end up?